Hello friends, welcome to my channel Maxell's walkthrough. As you can see from the promo of final episode of Game of Thrones, it looks like it's going to be an epic episode. I will share you my thoughts about what will happen, whether Dany will live, Tyrion will live, or Jon will live or not. First of all, let's talk about Tyrion. He did his best trying not to let Dany become cruel monster or mad queen like her father. He believed in her from so long. He believed that she will be better queen than Cersei, and she will be a good queen for people of Seven Kingdom. But at the same time, he knew that she was impulsive. If she doesn't get right kind of advice at the right time, she would act in a bitter way, like she will execute people who have wronged her. Also, he didn't want her to become queen of asses, and always devised a better plan that would benefit everyone. Now let's talk in detail whether Dany is such kind of bitter person who kills people for no reason and doesn't care for people at all. Answer to that is no. She isn't such kind of bitter or mad person. She have executed only those who have wronged her or executed those who have wronged other people. Like she killed slave master of Estapol from whom she bought Unsullied and Missandei. Also the pact that Tyrion made with the masters in Meereen of letting abolish slavery in Meereen in 7 years ended up making it worse for him and the city. Still Dany only killed those masters who opposed her in Meereen and not burned whole city. Also her intentions were clear, that no one should be slave to anyone, and she did her best in removing slavery from many cities. Not only that, let's go little more back. Dany chained her dragon Rhaegal and Viserion as she learned that Drogon burnt an innocent 3-year-old girl. She wanted to even chain Drogon, but that time Drogon was out of her reach as he flew far in Old Valyria. So we know that she cared for people. Also, she did not wanted people to be slave for others. Now let's go to Dragonstone before event Jon Snow met Dany. Tyrion makes plans to destroy Casterly Rock, House of Lannister, in which they succeed. But later we learn whole of Lannister army went to Highgarden, and also House of Tarly joined forces at Highgarden around that time. Around that time, Jon came to Dragonstone to ask Dany for help against Night King. At the start of conversation, Dany wasn't ready to help Jon at all and demanded that he should bend his knee. Jon refused to bend his knee many times. Jon tried explaining about Army of Dead, but no one believed him. Then later on, Jon asked for dragon glass from Tyrion, and Tyrion tells Dany she should allow Jon to use them, as there are plenty of them there, and she didn't even know that they were there. Dany agrees to let Jon use dragon glass for making weapons. When Dany goes with Jon to search for dragon glass in Glass Cave, there she finds old painting on the wall about White Walkers and children of the forest. Dany again tells Jon that she would help him if he bends his knee. Again Jon refuses. And later we see she attacks Highgarden and defeats Lannister army and Tarlys. After the battle, she offered Randall Tarly to leave if he bends his knee. Tyrion suggested that she shouldn't execute him, rather send him to wall or prison. But Dany refused as Tarly said she is not her queen to send him to wall. She was ready to execute Randall Tarly, but at the same moment his son Deacon Tarly tells her to execute him too. To which Randall Tarly said that he shouldn't die with him, but Deacon was ready to die with his father. Then he executes them both, ordering Drogon to burn them alive. Later on, Tyrion discusses that if Cersei knew that there is an army of dead, maybe she would fight in battle against the undead. But he tells her not to be impulsive when they meet Cersei. Also, he tells her she should not have executed Tarly, to which she said it was necessary. Tyrion says that maybe father was necessary, but not the son. She tells him she did what was right. Later on, we know that Ser Jorah goes with Jon beyond the wall to capture a white Battle Beyond Wall was not going in favor of Jon and others. They mostly were not able to fight Night King's army, as they had surrounded them and they were too many. At that time, Dany comes to save them with her three dragons. In doing so, she even lost her dragon Viserion to Night King. Jon somehow made it alive later as Uncle Benji saved him when he was battling army of dead alone, when it looked like he would die. Later on, Dany meets Jon in the ship while they were going to King's Landing. Jon says he is sorry for her dragon. He wishes she didn't have to come to Beyond Wall. Dany said she is glad that she came, otherwise she wouldn't have believed him that Night King and their army existed. She said that she will help not in battle against undead. Jon says he would bend his knee if he wasn't hurt. Dany said that's not necessary. These were important scenes of the show. I believe Dany is not a cruel or self-centered person who only cares for herself. We have seen her emotional many times and cared for people whom she didn't even know at all. She has a good heart. She even forgave Sir Jorah after he betrayed her and proved her that now he is loyal to her and loves her. Also, we have seen she was ready to help Jon in battle against Army of Dead, even though she received all negative attitude in North from Sansa and others. She didn't refuse to help in Battle of Winterfell against the undead, and in the battle at Winterfell, she lost half of her army, Dothrakis, and her most trusted friend, Ser Jorah, who gave his life trying to protect her. Although Dany was shocked knowing that Jon is again Targaryen and wasn't ready to believe it, but accepted that he is. She told Jon not to say that he is again to anyone and keep it secret. Jon told her he had to tell Sansa and Arya. Dany said Sansa will spread the news all over. Dany said if they have to be together, he can't tell Sansa or anyone, otherwise they can't stay together. After planning on how to attack King's Landing, Dany was heading to King's Landing with her two dragons and one of half of her army, where all of a sudden she gets attacked by Euron Greyjoy's scorpions. Two or three arrows hit Rhaegal and he instantly dies in air and falls down in sea. Not only that, all ships carrying her army are attacked and she lost many people due to attack as some got hit by arrows or some people sank. Missandei was captured by Cersei and later on Cersei executes her. Now we see Dany in a very emotional and angry state that she never was before. She felt betrayed, emotional, and also she had lost most of her trusted advisors, who were her friends too. Ser Jorah being dead and now Missandei dead, she had no one left. Tyrion tells her that Varys had betrayed her. She might have known that already, as she felt that no one wanted her to be queen. She executes Varys, and later on we see Dany talking to Jon that he should not have told Sansa about him being a gun. Because of that, Varys died as Sansa wants to overthrow her from throne. Jon said that she will be always his queen and he doesn't want the throne. Later on we see Dany gets ready for battle at King's Landing. She tells that she will destroy everyone and that Cersei thinks she can take advantage of her mercy, then she is wrong. Tyrion tells her she should not kill innocent people. If they are ready to surrender, stop the attack. Dany does not agree. Tyrion says thousands of innocent people should not die. If she hears the bell, please stop the war. Dany agrees this time, nodding it to Grey Worm that when they hear the bell, they will stop the attack. Then we jump to battle at King's Landing. We see one-sided war. Dany's army beats Cersei's army easily. Also, Cersei's army surrenders. After a few moments, bell rang. Instead of staying in position with her dragon, since Dany knew that she had won, she snaps at seeing Red Keep as it reminded her of all the pain she was going through, losing everyone she loved, feeling betrayed. She went ahead and attacked each and every one, even the innocent one. She burned the whole city, which was cruel of her. She should have attacked Cersei's army and maybe Red Keep or her, but what she did wasn't justifiable. But maybe at that moment she felt like all needed to pay, and she did that, which shocked everyone, John included. Now, sharing my thoughts about all this. What Dany did was completely wrong. She kills thousands of innocent people, which she shouldn't have done, and isn't justified by any means. But that doesn't make her a mad queen, because she snapped at that moment and killed innocent people, which is no way okay. But what happened has happened. She won't be saying sorry for what she did, as at that moment she felt whole of King's Landing should feel what she was feeling. Now the question here is, can she be Queen of Seven Kingdoms doing such a horrible thing, and is it okay of her to become queen killing thousands of innocent people and children? My answer is yes, though I don't like my own answer, but my answer is yes, because during war there are casualties. There are kings and queens who are far worse than what Dany did. Also, I think after what she has done, she will not go back to be good person she used to be. She will be more like Cersei. Chances are that she will stay at throne, and we know that Jon won't stay by her side anymore, as she has betrayed his trust by killing innocent people. And I think she won't execute Tyrion for betraying her, as he has already lost Jaime and Cersei. Tyrion would be feeling worst of all, as it was in his hand to stop all this madness and he failed. He may have some words with Dany, and maybe if he is not executed, he will not accept Hand of Queen position. He will go somewhere else or something like that. Dany won't explain her reason to anyone, why she did it, and from since we see that Arya is riding White Horse to King's Landing, whether she will kill Dany, my guess is no. Only things I think will happen will be either Dany will stay Queen of Seven Kingdoms or Jon will become King of Seven Kingdoms because of his claim as Targaryen, not by killing Dany or anything like that. Or other thing is Dany will stay Queen with no support from either Tyrion or Jon. Maybe just Grey Worm would support her, and maybe Sir Davos finds out about Jon being true heir, so he won't even support Dany being queen. So Dany will mostly end up alone in ruling, or Jon ends up ruling. Another thing I would like to see if that happens is maybe Dany turns out to be a good ruler. Maybe she realizes her mistake and she accepts that she was wrong in killing all innocent people, and she turns out emotional and feel bad for what she has done. And maybe Tyrion and Jon guides her on not doing such terrible things in future. That's all I have to say. I feel writers made Dany's character worse and cruel. She had lost many people before too, but that didn't turn her to be a cruel person. She lost her child, she lost her husband Khal Drogo, still she was reasonable to even worst of worst. If she wanted to burn King's Landing completely, she could have burned it any day if she wanted to with her 3 dragons. Also, she wouldn't have helped Jon in battle against Night King, neither she would have gone easy in North with all negative attitude towards her. So I think it was wrong of writers doing something like that. But we knew Dany had that fire in herself. She had felt that way many times, but due to good advice and reminding her that it was wrong of her to do something like that, she doesn't do it. But all in all, she has a good heart. Her doing this was completely wrong, as we have seen from season 1. She has never killed any innocent person. Even though she snapped, she should have only killed soldiers and maybe attacked Red Keep and not kill innocent people. But I think she wanted all to pay for what she felt. That is what even writers felt. I felt very sad that she did such a horrible thing, as she was the person I cheered from season 1, and she always did right decision for people who were slaves or were wronged by others. So for Her everyone mattered. She cared for everyone. It didn't matter whether they were rich or poor. If someone did something wrong, they will suffer her wrath. I feel very sad. Despite having so much good in her, she went on destruction path. I still don't feel that I should hate her for what she did. I believed her causes, decision, etc. from start. Even Sir Jorah and others of us, her advisors, if they were alive, would they have approved what Dany did? Answer to that is no. Though Missandei said Dracarys in last episode when she was executed, she didn't mean Dracarys in form of burning each and every one. She meant Dracarys in sense that burned these guilties, Cersei and her army, not whole of the city. And let's talk about Ser Jorah, who gave his life for Khaleesi, who believed that she would be Queen of Seven Kingdoms from season 1. Though he started as spy as working against Khaleesi, he knew that her intentions were clear and that she is kindest person he ever met and rightful Queen of Seven Kingdoms. So if he had seen this destruction, even he would have been shocked and go against Dany. As there is a line which Dany crossed. Maybe she will stay as queen, but what is use of such queen if she isn't good to her people? I wish last episode gives me something to love about Dany. Otherwise, I will feel really sad. And if they don't, it will be bitter ending. Whether we see someone else as king of seven kingdoms or her being executed, which likely is not going to happen, or her ruling seven kingdoms with no one around her. Thank you for listening to all points I made. Please subscribe if you like it and share your thoughts about the last episode and what you think will happen in the final episode. As we are 2 days away from finale and sorry if I will drag some points over and over again.